Should I be concerned that that was so fast?
No. Everything's fine.
But yeah, after dusting himself off, Mather was going to cast Sending to Laeral Silverhand. It says, we successfully denied Vecna one of the obelisks, but the city of Thrin is casualty of this success. He'll respond that Vecna has definitely unlocked access to much stronger spells than we have access to. Will do.
They hear this clopping as they see two things. They see a Pegasus, black as night, infused with this red, almost crimson look into its mane and its eyes. Wings spread out as almost like a dance at it as it gracefully clops towards Lilith. And atop it is a rider, a man with the short, wavy black hair, pale skin, a sword and shield at his side, armor of black and red, badges and emblems upon it, a cloak of crimson flowing behind him, as he wears a smirk on his face and announces, "Queen Lilith, it is a pleasure to finally meet you."
And who may you be? Why are you in my domain?
His grin becomes a little wider. My friends call me Sid. I'm from a region not too far from here. I was in second command to one of the lords you killed. And I wish to offer my thanks.
Your thanks.
Yes, I've been trying to get him dealt with for quite some time. The buffoon he was. And I'm glad he is out of the way. Would you care for a ride to your palace?
My palace. I think I can manage perfectly fine by myself. And she's going to insight check him.
I'm not gonna roll perception. You can tell he's speaking the truth.
Okay. I can walk back by myself, but I suppose you're welcome to accompany me.
Wonderful. I believe there are some matters we should discuss in private. If you
No
do not mind.
promises.
Of course, Queen. And he will follow you.
Go to Castle Ravenloft.
Thago doesn't not Thago. Jin doesn't answer him. He directs Thago to talk to Piddlewick. Thago will explain to Piddlewick that the others are scattered and we have to go get them. After a minor meltdown, Jin will collect himself and then begin preparing Mercy's ship for departure. Setting Strixhaven as his destination.
Wait, you can't just gloss over Jen having a meltdown.
Yeah.
Like I said, when he... Alright, I guess we won't gloss over it.
You can't. This is Jen.
Alright. Jin's teleport brings him into Mercy's ship. Jin arrives, and it's a moment passes, and then another, and then another, and then he just lets out this primal scream of rage that just resonates the entire ship for like a whole 6 seconds, and then it stops. And then he sort of lets out a long, collected breath to sort of bring him back, so to put his sort of mask back into place. And then start the long process of prepping Mercy's ship for departure.
I imagine at some point Piddlewick will go to Lilith and be like, yeah, Dad had a temper tantrum while you were gone.
Love that.
No one knows what to do with me. I imagine like a 15-foot tall anthropomorphic wolf just appearing at the steps might draw some attention.
Mercy, when you arrive in Strixhaven, after a minute, the rune that Jin gave you to protect you from the cold starts to smoke a little bit. And then a second later, a small piece of parchment appears. On the piece of parchment, there is a handwritten letter. It's very short, only just a couple of lines. It says, Mercy, if you are reading this, I had cause to send you to one of the few true places of respite that can be found. Strixhaven, while many are familiar with Strixhaven, there are things about it that most do not know. Here are three fundamental truths that you need to understand. First is, and line one is, the Library of Strixhaven is run by a friend of mine. You can trust him. There are few greater minds or powers in existence within Strixhaven. Line number two. The rules of the library are as follows. There is no fighting in the library. There is no knowledge lost in the library. And then line three, and this one is the most important. There is no library of Strixhaven. Sincerely, Jin. Sorry, there are no secrets in Strixhaven's library save one, that there is no library at Strixhaven. That's all.
Okay.
First rule about Fight Club, there is no Fight Club.
From the gates of the entrance that you are at, the library is a grand building that is easily visible.
Privately, Mercy is just sorry that she didn't get to see Constantine die or do it herself. Jin said the headmaster here was a friend?
Librarian. Head librarian. No.
Yeah, Mercy just slowly stands and stands and stands over this man. And as her fur recedes, she just kind of rolls her neck and accepts the handshake. Yeah, I get that a lot. If you wouldn't mind taking me to the head librarian. Or at least pointing me in his direction. Can I insight him? I just want to see if he has, like, any shady ulterior motives or if he's just a helpful bookworm. I did. Oh, really? 20?
We're over in Eva Varun, not Shadow Nice.
Oh. 20. Okay. How much attention does she draw? You know, that brings up a good point. Does anyone who was there know that Mercy was afflicted with this?
Thego saw it.
Okay, because I'm just thinking if she would look that much older, because, I mean, she was already middle-aged for a shifter. Maybe 70, but I've also established that most people in her family tend to die well before 70. Just occupational hazard. Awesome. Okay, then. Yep. It was a, I suppose you'd call it a curse. I'm going to keep growing till I'm giant size, and then it'll stop. Yeah, you could say that. A know-it-all elf teleported me here. And yeah, about 10 minutes ago, I did not have a full head of silver hair. I appreciate the offer, but respectfully, and she's just gonna look down and motion at herself, with her bloodied armor and everything. Maybe a bit of rest first, and if someone could send a message for me, I would be willing to compensate for the trouble. They have to know the person to send a message, don't they? Yeah, just need to send a message to a man named Jin. He is currently on Toriel. Just that I have arrived safely and am waiting. Oh, and forgive my manners. My name is Mercy. I shall, thank you. As I said, perhaps after some rest. She's going to lock the door, walk over to the bed, and just completely faceplant into it, armor and all. And she's just going to stay there for a while.
Makes sense.
Sorry.
Sorry.
He's a he's a familiar face within the confines of the library. The university as a whole would be less familiar with him. The Owl of Strixhaven, Icarus Pagewing, the head librarian, is one of Jin's few friends, and a figure of considerable power. The library is his thing. There's a
I'm
whole
sorry.
bunch of stuff behind the curtain there that I can send you later.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Would you permit me to tag on one more thing to that message? He's just going to tell Jin to gather the others first before coming to find her. Ha ha ha!
The sending return from Jin is as follows. I am sorry for bringing trouble to your doorstep, old friend. But it is as we planned. Please, message received. We'll likely disregard. The others are in situations more complex. I am sorry for bringing trouble to your doorstep, even though if we planned for this ahead of time. The magic used on her was of a chronergetic The affliction, the magic used to age her was based in chronergy, netheril in nature, exceedingly powerful. Do your best. That is all I ask. Indeed, I will see you soon, Jin.
Before we go any further, I would like to point out we did leave Kingsport behind.
No, he was taken to Barovia.
He was on the
He was
ship,
taken to
right?
Barovia.
Oh,
I
he
thought we
was in
left
Barovia.
him like in one of the buildings to.
No,
No.
Lilith took him to Barovia.
No,
Lilith
I
took
took
him
him
to
to
Barovia.
Barovia.
Oh, you did? Okay. I don't remember that.
I would never leave him.
Yeah, no, not Kingsport.
Not Kingsport!
We love him too much. It's okay. We'll adopt him. We'll awaken him. It's fine. We'll make it work.
You're not turning my ship into a zoo for the last
It doesn't
time.
have to.
It's
He can live
called-
in Barovia.
Yeah. My new character can adopt him. It's fine.
I have no way to get to Barovia without Lilith's consent.
I would say if Lilith could sense it was Jin, she would let him in.
I don't have I also don't have a tuning fork to that particular to that particular Dread Realm.
Oh.
Yeah, I could. What he's actually going to do is set course for Avernus.
Mavathor
Because
will
he said he would meet with Mavathor.
Yeah, Mavathor will do a sending to Jin saying that essentially Lyra wants to meet with them because she has information. So once he gets to Avernus, we can go to Waterdeep real quick.
Mavathor, the reply comes, message received on my way to Avernus. Mercy is safe for the time being. We'll pick her up later.
Oh yeah, he'll open up a gate right near where Mercy's ship is, and the other side in front of his volcano.
Should someone tell Lilith that you guys are no longer in Thrin?
She's got the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen can tell her stuff.
Yeah.
You're trusting a god to pass along a message.
She's very say indirect.
Yeah.
Her messages.
Yeah. Mavathor is not feeling too keen that she decided to come to Constantine's aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's persona non grata in Mavathor's books.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was kind of coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We love chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Lilith.
regret it. There were some regrets.
I mean, hey, what's happened happened. We like chaos. We embraced it.
The bright side is we stopped Vecna from getting what he wanted.
Yeah.
The traitorous archmage is no longer a problem.
Yep.
And the ramifications of Constantine's quote-unquote betrayal doesn't really affect the party so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus Mercy got a good look at those runes on Vecna's arms, so she can write them down and translate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with your interpretation.
Yeah.
That was
that was
100%
great.
spot on.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I regret how much we lost because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those books.
I guess well, Mavathor is waiting for Jin to park the ship. He'll see what Lae'zel and Blitz have turned up from the golem head they've rolled into Avernus.
Oh, from the caves.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them touch the ship.
Forgot about that.
Wow. Yeah, fair enough.
Makes sense.
Right. He'll jump on board the ship and mm-hmm. Permission denied. Let's meet in Waterdeep. Sure. He'll just say whatever tavern he saw when they were going through town. He'll just name one of them. Not long.
Oh, I'm really trying to see what you. Jesus Christ. She's dealing with this new guy right now, so she'd probably say, now's not a great time. Can we meet back at the material plane somewhere? I don't know where yet, but try contacting one of the others. Well, then I shall join you there. Me too. A lot has happened since you've been gone. Best we discuss later. I imagine she takes him into, like, I don't know, I would assume she made, like, a Knights of the Round Table kind of room in one of the more, like, empty rooms, or one of the rooms that her father used for God knows what. And I would assume also that there are multiple ravens following them and watching from, like, the rafters. Keepers of the feather. Yes.
Yes, I do appreciate it. And you see, he opens his coat and pulls out a document as he sets on the table and slides it over to Lilith and Irina.
What is
This
this?
is a non-aggression pact and a truce. I'm afraid to say after your show with your father, you are surrounded on all sides by people who want you dead. I do not wish for that.
What is in it for you?
Well, word of you and your group has come far and wide. I simply wish to take a look at them for myself and
And do what
possibly,
exactly?
well, you're not the only one with a vendetta against the Whispered King. And you see he holds up his left hand, and you realize both of his hands are gloved in these black uh, gauntlets. And you see he removes the one off of his left hand, and on the back of it is a mark of Vecna.
So I see he has visited you as well.
Oh, as he has visited many places. This will be good for the both of us, Queen.
And how do I know that you're not already one of his...
Well, look into my eyes. Do you believe I am lying to you? As you see, he smiles and his fangs show. Though it's not aggressive. It's more if he's like showing himself to you.
Alright, yep.
And
Oh
you can
wait, this is at advantage. There you go.
he is telling the truth.
Okay.
Full-heartedly about everything.
What are your specific terms of this agreement?
All the details are in there. But like I said, I would just love to meet the rest of your group and help
Why are
if I
you so
can.
interested in them?
You see, he sort of, his hands on the table and he leans in slightly. Because they were able to kill 4 vampire lords in one night. They are simply marvelous.
Lilith
It would
just kind of glances over at Irina, like, what do you think? Lilith nods, and she looks over at Sid and she goes, all right, we'll agree upon this contract of yours, but I have some terms of my own. If you cross me, you will be considered a traitor of Barovia, and you will be hunted and you will be killed.
Oh, of course, my queen. That's already in there in Clause A, Section B. I know how this works. I've been through this dance before.
I mean, yes, you have. From a perspective. Channeling Sozu there.
But by all means, if you wish to have some time to think it over, you know where to find me. And he will take out a black and crimson red pen and roll it over to the document. And smile.
Lilith signs it.
And so does Sid. As he snapped his fingers and another copy and a copy, exact copy of it appears, signed and dated, and he sends that one over to you. His smile falters when he sees him, and an almost imperceptible growl escapes his lips. Though he blinks and it's gone, and he finishes his signature.
Does Lilith notice this? She kind of glances to Irina and goes, are we sure he isn't just a nut job? I mean, you prove a fair point.
Does Sid hear that?
No, they're like, are they saying?
I yeah. You see he looks towards you, put a hand over his heart, and a dramatic gasp escapes his lips. Oh, you would call me a nut job? Me? My lady, there are people out there who are much crazier than I.
No, trust me, I know.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Oh, we will have to have some wine. I can tell you all about the craziness I've seen in the forest.
Hmm.
Sid raises his glass to the birth of a new, prosperous, and beautiful alliance.
I swear to God, Xander, if this character goes the same way as your other two.
No, he won't. I promise. It's just the look. Trying to
Other
subvert
two? You
the
mean other
expectation.
three?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Everyone
subvert-
forgets about out loud.
Trying to subvert
Well,
expectations here.
I wasn't here for the first one, so I don't have that as a.
That's true. That's very true.
It's on YouTube. You can watch it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just improv here.
Yeah, I'm just telling you now.
Yeah.
Like, if there
I
is
know.
no benefit of the doubt, if Mavathor
No.
says this guy is going to be if Mavathor says this guy is bad news, Jin gonna 100% believe him because he's been wrong twice.
Oh, I know.
I'm still 3 for 3.
Yeah. I know, but no, he's good. I promise. He's just a big fanboy at the party.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go over well. Real quick, can I do one quick thing?
Yeah, I also want to do one quick thing too.
Go ahead. You can go first, Mav.
Mamathor will approach Jin on this ship and say, I was just contacted by Tasha, and she wanted to enter Avernus, but I denied her entry.
That was prudent. Tasha
Yes.
has no reason to ask you for permission to enter your realm. She should know enough to suggest a neutral ground. That's probably Cass.
Yes, that's why I suggested a tavern in Waterdeep, but I do really take what Sister Silverhand said before, that Tasha is certainly a suspicious character, so if I may suggest you send Thago into the tavern to talk to her instead of us.
That can be arranged. When did you plan to meet her?
As soon as possible.
Very well. I will send Thago in.
And while Thago's doing that, we can talk to Lady Silverhand.
Yep. Mercy just wants to call someone, and she's run out of patience. She wants to send one more message. Professor Zelthos, might I ask a small favor? I need to send a message to the Feywild. If possible, specifically to Queen Titania of the Summer Court.
Yeah, bitch, where you at?
Great child support.
And teach your child to do things right.
Ouch! Not wrong, but...
Damn. Okay.
Where are my alimony payments, man?
If this makes you uncomfortable, could I ask you to point me in the direction of someone willing?
It is at that moment that a peculiar-looking owl lands just between the two of them. Looks something like this. And as it lands, it just kind of opens up its wings, sort of ruffles its feathers, gets comfortable, and it will hoot. It will hoot at you, Mercy, twice.
She'll just raise an eyebrow and go over to it.
It makes like it wants to jump and perch on your shoulder.
Okay.
If you let it jumps, flaps its wings, and comes to a sort of comfortable perch on your shoulder, and then it directs you in the direction of the library.
She'll look at the professor and just shrug. Thank you anyway. And I apologize if this has made you uncomfortable. Of course. I wish you good fortune in your experiments. Lead on, friend owl.
Using sort of slight pressure on your shoulder with his talons, he kind of he'll direct you in the direction of the library. Like this way. Nope, yeah, this way.
Yep, she'll just follow along.
When you get to the steps of the library, the owl on your shoulder will kind of shred itself into kind of paper confetti, save for a small, thin wooden card and a small parchment with a message on it.
Which says?
What's your last name? Oh, Hellrose. Mercy Hellrose.
Wow. Wow. Thanks.
It's been a minute. I'm a little sleep deprived. Sue me.
I think I'm the only one who regularly uses a full name in this campaign.
Mercy Hellrose. Enclosed in this message is your library card. Using this library card will allow you to peruse the many books of and other forms of knowledge within the library. I look forward to meeting you soon. Icarus Pagewing, Owl of Strixhaven. Head Archivist. Library in Truth.
Okay, she's just gonna shake her head and go in. I just wanted to send a snarky message.
Yeah, there's a lot to this little piece of headcanon. So, when you enter the library, a sort of, it almost feels like you're passing into another world. It's just an odd sensation that you just can't shake. But the first thing you notice is that no matter what noise you make, it never seems to rise above a certain level. And there are, you can see in some areas there are people talking to each other, but that conversation is always like just above a low murmur, as if no matter how loud you speak, the person you are trying to talk to can hear it, regardless of how loud your voice is.
You know what? I think she'd appreciate that.
And your heavy steps, being a person of some stature, make very little noise in this place.
Yep. Oh, she didn't nap. She just kind of laid there and just hated life. Yep, and she's still bloody.
That's another thing you notice, that when you enter the library, your clothes are cleaned, and you leave no dirt or grime or blood behind when you walk.
I think she would probably appreciate that as well.
Okay. I don't know how much rope you how much rope you were planning to leave me to hang myself with. So, okay, all right. It isn't Mercy. It isn't not too many steps further before another owl, similar construction, swoops down from the ceiling and perches on your shoulder, and directs you to kind of like a front desk or reception, just sort of a central location where someone might be sitting, where people can ask for information. There's sitting at this sort of reception is a small gnome in students' robes, clearly not paying attention to whatever he should be working on. Because when you approach the owl hoots at him angrily.
Well, all these theatrics certainly make sense if this is a friend of Jin's.
Sorry. Yes. Are you? Oh, wow. You're a big one. Are you looking for something? You seem new. I think I would remember. Someone of your. Yes. You were looking for a book, perhaps.
Only if it's a living book. I'm looking for someone named Icarus.
And his eyes dart to the owl on your shoulder. If paper is on your shoulder, I suspect he'll find you soon.
Papers?
Paper. The owl on your shoulder. It has a name.
And I was to know this how?
Oh, well, because I just told you. There's if you're just waiting for the head archivist, there's a very comfortable nook. This gnome is maybe 2-3 feet tall, so he pulls himself up over the front desk and sort of points into this large alcove with a comfortable seat. You just sit over there and relax, and I suspect he'll be with you shortly.
Does this seat look like it'll fit her?
Oddly enough, yes.
Sure. And if I might offer you some help?
Oh, well, that's really kind of you, but
she's going to interrupt him by just leaning over the desk and towering over him even more.
Oh, goodness.
Pay attention to your job and not being a smartass to someone whose patience is already beyond the point of no return. And she's just going to walk over to the seat and flop down.
You do not see the stream of liquid that is quickly cleaned away by the library's magic.
No, but she might smell it, and it's just going to make her chuckle.
I can keep going if you want. Like,
I mean, we can take this to RP. I literally just wanted to send a sassy message.
okay, okay,
Yeah, same.
all right.
Yeah.
I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Carry on, Magic Man.
All right. It isn't too much longer after you sit down. Maybe a minute or two, before a soft voice, that seems to come from no real origin point. At first, before it coalesces into sort of a single area, just off to your right. He is a good soul, although he does have a short attention span. For one as young as he, it is expected. I will ask that you excuse him, and perhaps a reminder that there is no violence in the library. And you see
Which is why I committed no violence.
And you see the picture, a rather tall, robed, lightly feathered owlin, standing about a quarter of your height, at around 5'5" or 5'6". This very scholarly dressed, feathered humanoid, with a set of spectacles and a large book. You would be Mercy Hellrose. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And you are Professor Icarus Pagewing?
Not Professor. Archivist is the official title if one has need for it. Icarus is fine.
Of course. And I do respect libraries, despite what my reputation might say. I would never dream of committing violence in one.
Oh, my colleague has had nothing but good words to say about you. You seem to have come across, or you seem to come onto some hard times. If your wounds are any gauge.
Such is my life. This is far from the worst, although perhaps the most interesting. And if Jin has said nothing but good things about me, then I fear he might have been far too gracious.
I don't know. I have, my colleague is many things, but he's usually a good judge of character. But again, we digress. You had need to send a message to Titania of the Summer Court.
Yes, if that would be possible.
That is within my power. I can do that.
That would be fantastic.
He reaches into this, like you see in this picture, this giant sort of feathered robe, and he pulls out a large, very intricate book with the sort of recognizable Fey characters on it, like Sylvan and Druidic writing, and you see him thumb the pages. And yes, there she is. What is it you wish, or what message do you wish to convey to Her Majesty of Summer?
She's going to take a moment to think and consider how much she can get away with.
Quite a bit, I imagine. You will find refuge here for as long as you like. As long as you abide by the rules of the library, no harm will come to you here. And Mercy did not speak that aloud, but it was conveyed somehow.
That's unsettling, but that's a problem for later. Something along the lines of, if you have any shred of dignity, honor, or even decency, I wish an audience concerning the daughter you abandoned.
To Her Illustrious Majesty of Titania of the Summer Court, this message, I pen this missive on behalf of one Mercy Elrose, who humbly requests your audience for purposes of discussion regarding your daughter, who this would be Lilith, correct?
Correct. And does he speak aloud how he's phrasing this?
No.
Okay.
I'm just narrating for humor's sake.
See, and Mercy was being diplomatic.
Yeah. To discuss the well-being and current situation of one Lilith Zarovich? Von Zarovich? Zarovna. Of one Lilith Zarovna, your daughter. We with all due haste, please. Respectfully yours, Icarus Pagewing, Owl of Strixhaven, Library in Truth.
See, this is why Mercy had someone else send the message.
P.S. Ignore this message to your great cost. Not outside of the library, but there's... it's not an empty one. I would not want to be Vecna inside of this library, but outside of the library, he's a wizard. This is sent by... It's magic. It's not a traditional sending spell. It's a more complicated scribe's wizard flavored with a bit of divinity kind of thing. It's a very, very direct encrypted, this person will get this message, and no one else. When he's done penning the message, a copy of it sort of appears on a piece of paper in midair, folds itself into an airplane, and zooms off a few feet before it disappears into a green portal.
Oh, look at that! Little bit of Zozu coming out.
Aww.
This is Sozu's predecessor. Conceptual. Yeah. Just to throw a little bit of context here. This guy is my character from the Mad Mage's Dungeon, who went through 1 to 20 and beat Hallister for his orb and made a library with it.
Holy
Wow.
I mean, that's a good use for it.
So his claim to fame is he stole the entirety of Hallister's library and spell knowledge, and his orb that gave him kind of quasi-divinity. And then he took that all back to Strixhaven and did some really interesting library stuff with it. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, thank you.
Oh. Nice.
What if I already had an inspiration? Okay.
So this inspiration will go to my new character, right?
Yeah. Boss
A
battle.
boss battle, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
No, fair.
I'm
Yeah.
So I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm sorry for kind of stealing the soapbox.
No, that was
I
great.
loved it.
Yeah. He took it away from me. I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I used to a long time ago. I did a lot of DMing, but I don't have the energy for it. I've done on occasion here and there. I'll do sort of co-DM, like designing encounters and maybe a little bit of lore contribution here or there. But I haven't done it in a while.
It does.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't get enough credit. It's a ton of work.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Threw you under the bus as you throw 4 Vecnas at us.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's just how it works. You wish his campaign module away, you get dogpiled by four Vecnas. That's just the way it
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay, it's Lilith's fault.
It was.
He did.
Don't forget, one of them was a crit.
Yeah.
4 bitch slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
potions
that's
really
insane.
contribute to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it before and I'll say it again. When it comes to the climax of this campaign and the final battle, everyone just buff Mavathor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah.
know Asmodeus made the right choice for his Archduke of Avernus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
It's a scary day when Zariel pales in comparison.
Yeah.
Nice.
I am so sad about that. I am
Yeah.
crying both in and out of character.
Oh, same.
All the knowledge, all that power, I could have gained something awesome, but no.
I know.
Thego worded the wish.
I mean, that's just the chaos of Wish.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That
I
is
think
that is
so.
all all the wishes that I'm aware of.
I mean, you can pull from the deck of many things. Maybe you'll get lucky.
Oh.
They really did, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Just
they
wait.
did.
We're gonna get Lepus back,
That
and he's gonna
card
pull
draw.
more.
That card draw. That Lepus's luck card draw is gonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is going to live forever in my mind. Like that is never happening again.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he has luck that I have never had with characters or in real life. Like, I don't know why.
I'm glad because I fully expected that card to just blow me up.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all good. I like to improv.
It's fun.
For the curious minds. Go ahead.
And I promise he won't betray the party, guys. I promise.
For curious minds, what class combination are you bringing to the table this time?
I'm thinking like an Oathbreaker paladin, but like not evil. Just someone who had their oath broken and now is just like, hey, I'm here. Living the best life.
Cool.
Good.
I don't think that can happen until some other things happen, like the meeting in Waterdeep.
Yeah, I feel like Maverick might do that before.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to go to Waterdeep first and then go get Mercy.
Yeah, I think the Waterdeep with Tasha has to happen before we pick up anyone else. Yeah.
Well, Lilith will be joining them shortly, I imagine. So it's just, the usual Mercy's off somewhere.
There's a little bit of leeway to play with in our sort of individual spheres, like Lilith and what was your character's name, Xander?
Sid.
Lilith and Sid and Mercy and Strixhaven and Jin and Mavathor in sort of Avernus and sort of Avernus adjacent things.
Yes, because Jin and Mavathor have such a history of good interactions.
Yeah.
The worst part is like Mavathor gets to say, "I told you so."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before sessions end, he'll just give Jin a from look that doesn't say "I told you so," but it says "I told you so."
He doesn't say it aloud, but he doesn't have to.
Which is somehow worse than saying it aloud.
I've seen an actual look like that. It's the worst.
And I'm curious to see how Titania responds. Yeah. That's fine. Mercy just wants to talk. I just want to talk.
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Thank you for running, Ryan.